Chef Rush. Chef Rush, you just got a shout out. Just a heads up. Titan said, "Did Chef Rush make this?" Props to you, my friend. And good seeing you over the weekend 2 weeks ago at the LA Fit Expo. Hello, everybody. So we got some squats and deads in, hit the body, smashed some chest yesterday, went in today and did some secondary work. Picked up the pace a little bit, and we'll continue to do that now over the next 4 weeks. So now we're going to be adding things in, right? So what's happened so far with the nervous system is the nervous system's getting better, stronger and stronger. So those weights, you kind of stay around the same weights as you're moving through this, but you add more volume, more sets to it. So technically you're doing more reps at the end of the day, not just in the set itself. So we'll add in some more exercises to even fire it up even more. Now this is cool for me because wow, I don't have an exact date on this. Look at me, non-prepared. But I'm getting ready for a movie. 6 weeks. So 6 weeks until filming. So seems like a long time. But it goes quick. It goes quick. But I would like to have that volume up going into it. And the volume helps just because, as you're doing the whole traveling and training, I'll probably have to tone back down. And so during the filming, I'll pull back, still get the training in, still stay on power bodybuilding, but not as much volume. Just won't, 12-hour days shooting. Then you got to get that sleep. So I'll still schedule in those heavy lifts, get those in so I don't lose any of the nervous system strength. And by not losing that, I lose no muscle. And it gives the body a nice little, because then we'd be finishing up power bodybuilding right at the right time to where you deload anyways. So this kind of works out perfectly. What kind of questions we got so far, guys?
They're still loading in. Got a couple. Thanks for plowing my wife last night. No?
You're welcome. I wrecked her for you, though.
What are your... Oh, you just had that one. What are your thoughts on cheek curls?
Love them. One of my favorite exercises I was growing up. Best I ever got was 295. I was also doing power cleans at the time too. So, it was a definite cheek curl, but it was a lot of stress on that biceps. It's great. I think I have photos. And what's cool is that we use a photo of back when I was 20 with me and my bro Donnie. And it's from a front shot like this, and just a pup. But that day I did arms, and that's when I set my cheek curl record, which they used to do competitions for. Did you ever see the Arnold?
Oh.
Yeah, when he was doing that, it looked like he had 275 on there. Arnold was a 650 deadlifter in his time.
Oh, fucking strong. They had to be, though, back then. That's what they did.
Yeah, they did everything. I love that about the old school guys. They had the shows would be the lifting and the bodybuilding. That's where the term Ironman came from. They would lift on Fridays and then bodybuild on Saturday. And then it would be the total of both days.
Blocking this guy, chat. He's banned. Bobo, how you doing?
Big Bobo.
Big Bobo.
I got some footage he sent me. The house snowed in. He supports Venezuela.
I got footage from Bobo of the snowplow.
I'm gonna say, I didn't get that footage. Bobo, why didn't I get the snowplow, buddy?
Dude, you didn't send him the snowplow? When you lose weight, why do you look worse before you look better? Some positive words would be good on this.
Well, first off, congrats to you on knowing that. And I know that that's something that most people hate. Well, it's pretty clear why that happens, right? You're in a deficit. You're not taking in enough carbohydrates to fill out the muscles anymore. So it looks watery and you feel flat. And you are. You just don't have that full body from the carbohydrates filling you out and retaining it. So it's just, it's a softer look. And as you keep cutting up, it's still there until you finally get that peak condition. And you know what? I actually like that it's that way. I do, because of the fact that it's a hardship that you have to go through. And so for humans to make your sculpture that beautiful, you have to go through this hardship. It doesn't go from off-season bulky to looking perfect. You go that soft, flat look during that cut. So, yeah, great question. But it's just your body's not filled out with the carbohydrates. You're in a deficit, so you're never refilling enough. And you don't want to refill enough. You know, you want to stay in that deficit as you're cutting up. But intelligent question and understanding that that's the way it goes.
Mm-hmm. Mike, what is the best back exercise for mid-back?
Deadlifts?
Oh, sheesh.
Deadlift's is going to give you that 3D look.
Mm-hmm.
You should all incorporate those healthy deadlifts into those exercises.
But the risk-reward ratio, Mike.
Yeah, the risk is that you're already going to be walking all funky. The reward is if you deadlift correctly, you'll be able to stand up until those final days and look great and have a healthy back. Risk worth reward.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says that, I just watch how they do the exercises. And I go, well,
whole life's a risk.
At the end of the day, she's happy.
Mike, how fast can you train again after having stem cells done?
You should wait 5 days. 5 days. I think they say between a week, 2 weeks, even some places. I waited a good 5 days for me. They also say, did I though? They also say like PRP is the same kind of thing. But then Clark just did PRP today.
Oh, nice.
And I said, well, you're going to take a week off of training? He goes, no, they didn't say that. They said a day. I'm like, where'd you do this? So at the local 7-Eleven?
Yeah. Oh, that was what I was just going to ask. Where'd he go?
Yeah. He gave a place.
What exercises do you do for better shoulder and hip mobility?
Shoulder presses in front and in back, and then squats.
Have you ever broken a cable or attachment mid-set?
Few times. A couple seated rows. One back in Washington and one down here at Gold's Venice. Shoot, right off the back of the bench. Whoop.
How many carbs per day while cutting?
It doesn't work that way.
What?
You know that. You know that. But the breakdown of carbohydrates would work this. In the off season, you're trying to get them up, right? Your protein may be at a peaking point. You'll get there pretty quick with your protein. But then the carbohydrates is what you really want that off season to keep building it up, build it up, build it, build it, build it, build it. Try to get to a high number. And that way, when you do start cutting up, man, you're at such a higher level each time you diet down for a show. That's the great thing about getting a faster metabolism and going off season, really using calories and carbohydrates correctly in the off season. That's why I never understood like people just going, well, just get in your dirty bulk or your macros. For me, it was like, let me find some of the great carbohydrates that really work for me, and let me get those in. Let me load those up. Let me get those up to a high number. It's pretty simple. It's like Stan Effernan always did with the strongmen that weigh 400, much bigger than I am, 450 pound guys. He would use a lot of rice, easy to eat, and you can really get those carbohydrate numbers up high. And you put dextrose even on that to get more salivation, but it's also, again, more calories. So it's cool. But that's why I like being more accurate, because off season is the hardship because you don't see the change, right? It's always fun to cut up because in 12 weeks you go from off season bulky to looking like a Greek god. But off season, you got to be focused on the numbers. Okay, am I getting stronger? Are the numbers going up in all aspects? Is my body staying healthy? Am I finishing up the small details? Am I pulling up whatever lagging body parts? Am I getting enough calories in to where I can keep raising these to a nice number to where, because remember, if you're one of these guys that do manscaping, or what is it again?
Main gaining?
Main gaining.
Basically.
Yeah, just basically. You're so confined and you're never pushing it. You're never really pushing your body with the calories. And I say use the calories. Use the calories off season to try to keep pushing those up just like you do the weights. That's what I would do. That's what I do. That's what's helped. And that way I go, hey, last time I had to go down to 100 grams of carbs, down to 50 grams of carbs because I didn't start with enough in there. And so off seasons, I always focused on making sure I can get those numbers up to 300, 400, 500 grams of carbohydrates. So when I do start dieting, hopefully at the end of that diet, I'm still taking in 150, 200 grams of carbohydrates would be the goal for me.
What's the best way to go about trying to build aesthetics while trying to powerlift?
Well, you got your structure that you're born with, right? And powerlifting is great because what's taken care of is you're going to have a beautiful, full, thick chest. You also know that you're going to have some incredible thickness to the back and density. And again, all the way through the legs and glutes. So it's kind of cool because all you need to do is really focus on those secondary body parts, the shoulders. Let's make sure I keep those things filled out and rotating and getting bigger as the other things are going. Because you don't want to get carried away to where you forget and go, well, I guess I got to make sure I get my squat, my bench, and deads in. And these body parts are growing because you're getting stronger. So they're really growing. And then you go, well, I'll just take it easy on shoulders and arms. I won't do the fine tuning of the rear delts or something, or that, just the glute hamstring tie in. So just keep focused on the little stuff. But I found that actually powerlifting took so much off the table that I didn't have to worry about. I didn't have to worry about, when the show comes, I will have a massive ass chest and back and legs. So all I really worried about, those are taken care of. I'm done. All I got to do is make sure that the arms and shoulders show up the same way. That'll make sense to you guys if you're a power lifter. Because you're going to do the 3 and they're going to grow.
How to get rid of man boobs.
I just died down. Because most likely there's some other stuff if you got man boobs. And stop doing bench press. Switch to incline as you're dieting down.
What are your top favorite carbs to eat after the workout?
Rice. That's it. There's no top 5. There's just the one. Good 50 grams of rice. Good 8-ounce steak, 50 grams of rice.
Do you believe in an arm day, or do you just stick to push and pull days to take care of the arms?
Oh, I think push and pull is great when you're a youngster. I think, yeah, it's great. Teens, 20s, I think push and pull is great. And then that's over with. And then they're all only arm day, only leg day, then chest and back.
Mike, what do you do to keep inflammation in the body down?
It goes down. You're going to be inflammation after the workout. That's great. You want that. It's your body healing. And this water. Yeah. But inflammation is just telling you something.
Yeah.
It's telling you your body's healing from the workout before, you did legs. So that's, and sometimes if you train legs well enough, you're going to feel that all the way through the whole body. It's not just the legs, it's the back and shoulders, and you carried a load of weight on there. Joe Benya is Joseph's competing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. February. Yeah.
It's right there.
You're right there. Natural show in Vegas.
Right on.
I love that too. Because I'll guarantee people think,
Of course they do.
even with that physique.
Of course they do. Of course. Can't believe it.
Yeah, your dad's the GOAT. And your structure is so much like your dad's.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him. I was trying to say to him that's because the show's bigger for him than any other human that's walked the planet.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what do you mean? I said, because you're telling the world off. No matter if you go first or take 10th. You're saying, I'm going to do this, opinions are. And that's a lot of pressure for a kid that's the son of the GOAT. Everybody else doesn't have that name attached.
No one does. Not one person.
I was talking about Joseph Banya was going to do his first competition bodybuilding show. And I was just saying how proud I am of him. It's not the show itself, but the mindset that at such a young age, he's going, I don't care what the world says. I'm going to do it. If I take first or take 10th, I'm still doing the show. And for somebody like that, whose father is Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's a lot of pressure. And for him to say, nah, I'm going to just do this because I want to do this, I think is great at a young age.
Mike, how much weight do you typically put on during a bulk?
40, 50?
Sheesh.
Yeah, last time I got to really bulk, I was 315 and came down to 268. Yeah, it was fun. Oh my gosh. Walked on and finally guest posed at 272, filled out. Best I ever looked on stage.
Trying to figure out where he's answering these questions from. A lot don't match. Guys, we are live on every single social media platform: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, you name it. So, just so you know, we are live everywhere. What were you going to say?
That was the weirdest statement I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Do you
I
really?
get a lot of those. Yeah, that's why I finally decided, all right, I'll pull that one up. A
Wow.
lot.
They don't have enough common sense to know that
No.
it was on a previous thing. We're watching something.
Yeah.
No, it's wow. Okay. And that interested them enough to say it.
I know. A lot of people always ask that. They say, where are the questions coming from?
Okay. All right.
The more you know, people. The old multi-stream. The meanest trap workout you'll like.
Oh, on your final sets on deadlift, stand up with that bar and shrug it. You want to talk about thick ass shoulders. You start shrugging 600, 700 pounds or whatever your weight is. And for you, it's the same, you know.
Like, why not have a giveaway with some signed merch here for us who watch you daily, or even a raffle? I don't know. The fans want a raffle.
Hey, you know what? Why don't we? What I'll do is a banger question on each of the shows. If we get a banger, a home run,
Okay, home run.
yeah, like a home run. Like that was a brilliant question. That's not just suits the one individual that was asking it, but actually can help society and everybody in the chat. I'll send out a shirt, send out a merch, a Baby Don't Hurt Me, or a Legends Never Die shirt. That's a good point. Thank you for that. And for asking that and saying that, you DM Jeff Jodway, Big Red, and I'll get you a shirt for that.
I saw the ad with Michigan Nutrition. When were you there?
You know better than I.
That was in the summer. I think June or something like that. That's when we were filming the film.
That was fun.
Yeah. Mike, why do you never train to failure?
I believe in training right.
Ooh.
So why would I train to failure? What more benefit would I get from fatiguing? I'm lost on that. It's just so you comprehend this. I mean, there's enough studies out there showing you that's not how you do it. Another reason is, you know, you're playing with weights. And as you go through life, the goal would be to be able to do this for a lifetime, right? So let me continue to make sure that the important things, like the connective tissue and bone density, keeps getting stronger. And that takes time. That's not going to happen on one workout. The failure thing is a pump, a muscle's giving out. You're done. All right, so if I got my 8 reps and I've stimulated the nervous system, the bone density, moved some good weights, opened the body up, and got some blood flow through the muscle, and also, you know, because I lift precise, I got a good stimulation to the muscle, and now I'm going to go home and feed it. That's how the body works. That's how your body gets better. You know, so yeah, the whole failure thing, that's thrown out. Go for it.
Thrown out, guys. It literally shows you on the screen what platform the question is coming from.
Another one?
No, this guy, he's saying that to the other guy. He's like, wait, it shows you what?
Oh, so this guy's like me. He's like, wake up.
Wake up, buddy.
Nice job, Eddie.
Come on, wake up. What's your favorite Depeche Mode song?
Ooh, I don't. It's a mood thing, you know? Yeah, but I'd say that's my number one band for sure.
Mike, is staying lean easier than getting lean?
Oh wow. Yeah, as soon as you get a body and then you diet down and you get in good shape, then it's really easy. You can just kind of play with it at that point. Here's the hiccup. By doing it that way and by it going like hypothetically, you get in shape in your 20s and then you stay there and go, okay, I'm in shape. I look good. I'm happy with this. And then you just try to maintain. There's a great word. Maintain this physique that you have in your 20s. So the flip side is are you always going to be 20? So what happens is you try to maintain something that looks for you at that time great. Even you could be in your 30s. But over time, by kicking back and pulling back, going, all right, I got it. Let me chill. And I don't mean chill in the sense of like stop. I mean, you still eat healthy, but you're in a deficit. You train, you get pumps, but you don't stimulate the nervous system, the bone density, connective tissue, and stress the body to where you're like, shit, I need some calories to recover from this. And so you stay in this kind of, well, it's a deficit. And you stay in there for a good 10 years, 20 years, and you just start becoming like a lot of the guys that you see that after they compete, or even that don't compete, the guys that just try to maintain, they start to look like melted candles. Everything just starts going away because you age. So my point is, it's much easier. Get sliced, you're good. But I wouldn't recommend it just because then you're never going to try to get better. You're not going to try to put on, ooh, I know I look good. This is great. But let me get 5 more pounds because that 5 more pounds in 10 years is going to help me in life. So that's just my approach. Because I think it's kind of cool too to know that I'm still in charge of the ship. Because you guys probably know a lot of guys my age. Your grandfathers are probably my age. You know? So you sit there and go, they deteriorated away. And I just don't want that for anybody out there. Anybody that's willing to work or stay disciplined. I don't want that for you guys. I would rather you guys go, hey, I can still get in shape in those ages and still look damn good. Ridiculous. So there's my 2 cents.
Are you afraid of microplastics? Mike doesn't even know what microplastics are.
I don't know what microplastics are.
Exactly.
Is that a sex toy?
Call Daniel.
Yeah, I'll call Daniel.
And everyone's afraid to drink out of plastic bottles.
Plastics, no microwaves with the plastic containers and all that stuff.
But those plastics are going to get in your body.
Oh, I just gave it up that I did know. I'm a lot dumber than you guys think. And a lot smarter. No, not concerned.
Where do you grab the bar on reverse bench to feel the tricep the most?
The bar?
Is it true that training heavy actually turns your bone structure into steel?
Go read up on not science, but law. Wolff's Law. These are the studies I always loved. I knew these things young. So surprised that so few humans in this industry have ever talked like I've talked about this stuff.
Yeah, very never.
I'm assuming that Chris Duffin and Stan at some point, or Wenning at some point, or Ed.
I'll look at that. I'll look that
I'm
up.
curious if any of them spoke about it. I assume so. Bodybuilders wouldn't, because it's not their concern. Their concern is
Should be.
the muscle.
Yeah, it should be, because they got to do that.
Look at Albert Beckel. Do you know who Albert Beckel?
He's like 94. What is he?
How old is Albert Beckel?
95.
95. Check to see if he is the oldest competitor in history to be on the Olympia stage. The year he took second. How old was he also?
Yeah, 50. He was 54.
And how old was he when he took second?
Took second?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it was the highest placing at the Mr. Olympia.
He was 55 when he took second at the 85 behind Lee.
God dang.
55.
God dang.
What year was that? Oh, the 85.
How sick is that? And he's not talked about. He's freaking 15 years older than Robbie and still doing it. There he is.
Come on.
That's ridiculous.
There's second. That's 55. Guys.
55 years old at the Mr. Olympia.
That's 55.
Look at the second row, second shot in.
This one.
That one hit that. Yeah, that was his. Look at that beautiful art. Go to the black and white next to it.
The bicep shot. Look
At that.
Nice. Look at that tank top.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just
It's so Robbie Robinson.
Yeah, dude.
Look at that shit. Man. Click that top. Yeah.
Look at that grip.
Look at that, so close. Is he up against the wall? No.
Or he's seated. He might be seated. He might be doing wrist curls.
Man.
Forearms.
All right.
Just a beast.
We're gonna pick up. It's 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No, good.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah. Guys, go read about this guy. How old he was when he competed. Man, I'm sitting here just thinking about somebody like that. You talk about just born at the wrong time. Because he deserves so much more hype.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy that should be on all these talk shows going, holy shit, you're 95 and this is what you look like?
Should.
Why isn't he dead?
Right?
Didn't he do steroids? Why isn't he dead? I don't understand that one. 95. What a goat. Amazing. All right, go for it.
Is he talking? Do I move my feet back or lower on the hack squat?
Well played, man. Well played. I like that. I'd hang out with you. I'd buy you a beer. That video did ridiculous. It did great too, because half of the people were like,
Upset?
yeah, they were so upset.
What's the number one mistake you see most lifters making in the gym that's killing their progress? And what's the simplest fix?
Oh, they move through exercises with momentum. That's the biggest thing. You're just moving through it, As fast as you can get it up, it comes back down and back up again. That's just, if I move it, it's the understanding that you think by moving something, it develops something. And if you understand how mechanics and how muscles and bones and connective all work together, it doesn't work that way. Just because you move it doesn't mean it's going to trigger what you need to be triggered. You're there to stimulate it, right? That's the biggest thing, I think. Which is weird because, like, think about all of you think about this. When you pose your bicep, right? At home, you're in the kitchen, your girl, whatever, like, honey, check this out, right? You hit that thing. You smash that thing. You hold it there and you flex for her. And you hold it and start shaking and stuff. And you're just holding it for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, but you're squeezing it. Now put 50 pounds on that and curl it and hold it like that. Now you're hitting it. Now you're going to trigger something that makes it grow compared to just this. Hey, honey. Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, well. So that's best, I guess, just metaphor or scenario that I can tell you that there's a difference on the connection. You're just moving them. It's like the day I did those 20s or 30s. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, my arms are pumped. Well,
yeah,
it did 30 reps. You filled it. Didn't give it time to get some oxygen. Dog, of course it's pumped. But Digistim, go for it. What's this guy? 800 megs.
Mike, I'm on a dry out right now, watching your old dry out playlist again, loving it. Having 800 milligrams of sodium, a gallon of water a day, trying to get ready for my B-Day next Wednesday. Any tips?
Yeah, if you're doing a dry out, you're going to obviously drop the sodium here, up the water, drop the carbs, deplete, and then fill out. So now if you got the dry out, you know what to do. You're golden, my man. You're golden. You look good. Make sure to tag me on social media, the birthday shot. Not the stripper birthday shot, but just a birthday shot. It'll pop the top. Yeah, did he say he's doing a gallon of water?
He's doing a gallon of water a day.
You gotta up that. It's next week's your birthday.
Wednesday's the birthday. You're already on 2 gallons, buddy. You're on 3.
It's on Wednesday? Oh, sheesh.
Yeah. I'm guessing next Wednesday. Well, today
you psycho Aquarius. Yeah. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. You should be at 2-3 gallons by tomorrow. And I'd drop the sodium at this point. Let your body regulate as you're loading it with the water. That's my tip to you, my friend.
That's real. Mike, you told me to come back to you about my progress after losing 100 pounds a few streams ago. I stuck to your advice, and so far so good. I'm at 265 now from 370. Come on. Changing lives, Mike.
I love it, man. Keep it going, brother. Keep it going. Proud of you. It just shows you. It just shows you mindset. When you finally just decide to do it,
Yeah.
the mind's strong enough. You'll get there.
This is not live.
No, this is definitely not live.
You don't know how many of those are in there, too.
I did not read your comment because this is not live right now.
All the time.
Okay. Don't really know what to say with that.
Mm-hmm.
Couple more guys.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and start list. I got a bunch here.
All right.
Do you ever think about CNS fatigue?
I mean, you do your program. That's what you do, and then you do your deload. I don't think about it. It's not like it's a hot girl or something.
Mhm.
It serves its purpose at the end of the training plan. But don't use it as an excuse, because that was just a weird way. Do you ever think about it? It's like, I don't know how to take. Do you ever think about it? If you're powerlifting or doing power bodybuilding? Yeah, you think about at the end of it, you lock and load and take a week. But you don't think about it. So I don't know what you meant by that. It's not like an X or something, dog.
I mean, it seems like something you would think about after making the mistake as a beginner, and then realizing, hey, I need to get on a plan to address some of these issues that I've experienced in the past.
Okay, that could make sense.
That way they never come up again. So what can I do? I get on a 9-week, 12-week plan that steadily increases my percentages, gives me a deload, has nutrition to support that. That way my CNS doesn't fatigue. So you're thinking about it at that point by not thinking about it because the issue's gone.
And I think that's my point of don't use that as an excuse. So just right. You go into the gym and you're one of these guys that tries to max out every single week, and you do 4 weeks in a row and you get PRs every single week for those 4 weeks. And then by the 5th week, you are tanked. You can't even get 20 pounds close to your PR. Well, you just set your program up incorrect. You're not missing those lifts as those 12-week plan is set up. You're still at, 4 weeks in, you're still at 70%. You're not even close to 80%. So there's no worry about your nervous system at that point. So that's a great point Jeffrey brought up. That's it. And that's why I say, don't use it as an excuse. Make sure that the plan's set up correctly. Because if you start thinking about 4 weeks in going, I've blown my load, my nervous system is done, I need a week off, you're not training right. That doesn't happen as you get ready for a meet.
Any tips for somebody who has problems keeping the weight on? They're trying to bulk.
Yeah, it's the food. It's the food, my man. I would just schedule out how you're eating and correlate that with your work. Because I have a couple guys that are, the one guy in the Titan crew, Wolverine. He unpacks.
Trucking and stuff.
Yeah, he unpacks the boxes for Amazon.
Yeah.
So this guy's
nonstop.
Maybe $150, and we got him around 4,000 calories easily. And he still can't put weight on because it's like we play with his body that way because he's working 8 hours of just cardiovascular lifting. So it's a tough thing too. I would have quit that job. The gains are more important than that job. I'm out. Put me on teller.
Put me in the desk.
Desk job. Yeah, desk job, or let me drive a truck.
Yeah.
What would happen to him because he was so good on his nutrition?
Yeah.
Put him behind the wheel for a year. That boy V 185 looking like Lee Priest.
Would. First powerlifting meet tomorrow. Any quick tips to keep my nerves in check?
Where are you that you're doing a powerlifting meet on a Thursday or a Friday? I guess could be Australia.
Maybe overseas.
Yeah. First off, make sure that your openers are realistic and your squats set up to where you're like, the opener is my nerves. My opener gets me in the book. You're not going to scratch the meat. You're going to get this. And that's all the way through. You're not going to scratch the meat. So make sure your openers are just at a good level. You get so much more, right? Whatever you open with, you're golden for another 50 or 75 pounds after that. Then another 50 or 75 pounds after that again. So it's like you'll get to whatever your PR should be for that day, but just keep the opener safe. And then live in this the best you can, my friend. I know nerves and all that stuff. Make sure you're eating If you're going to make weight, no problem. Get a hell of a sleep.
Yeah.
Hell of a sleep, and then show up a little early over there. Get your weigh-ins, whatever you need to do, and just chill. Don't sit in a chair. Lay down. Put your feet up. Good luck. You come back next week and let us know how you did, my friend, or tag me on social media.
Any thoughts on keto or carnivore diets?
They're great with people that can't control their carbs. So have fun with it and go do it.
Does sodium intake really matter that much? What's the best overall diet advice you could give?
Is sodium important? Yes. What's the best diet advice I can give? To get on a plan.
Mhm.
It can't go any further than that. I don't know. I have no clue. Each individual is so different. Don't know your job. I don't know how disciplined you are. I don't know where we have to start from. I don't know where you're coming from. So it doesn't work that way. Just get on a plan. Get on a Titan meal plan right now and start. And in 2 weeks, we'll know everything we need to know and go, okay, so this is what's happening. This is why. We could answer everything and go, perfect. Make some switches here, there. You're golden. One more.
One more. Let's see. Let me find the one that's.
Unless we got a couple bangers for the donation to the dogs.
No, that was those.
These pups are so happy right now.
Here's a good one. Mike, for those of us that have kids, when would you start training them? And with what type of lifts would you do?
If I had kids?
For those of us that have kids.
For those of us. I thought I said if I have.
Yep. So for those of us with kids, when would you start training them? And what type of lifts would you do?
I talked about this a few times, so this is a great question for everybody out there. I would, first off, make sure that they're in kind of a movement of a sport, something to where they're putting themselves in awkward positions is something I would recommend for anybody. A youngster in sports benefits tenfold because they can focus more, they can focus better in school when they are a little tired from the activities after school. That's a side note. My recommendation, though, is just going off of what I've seen with my son, and a week off of training and stuff, and the kid's ballistic. A week on training, kid's precise. As for training with weights, again, I would again talk about control. I would talk about being able to connect with the body parts. And so, like I always say, that I won't have my son lift anything of weights of any stature until he can flex his legs, until he can flex his hamstrings, he can flex his calves, he can flex his chest, his arms, he can flex his back. And he's coming into this now. And I've been working with him for years to try to do that. And the reason why is, for anybody out there, I don't want anybody's kids hurt. And especially I don't want my kid hurt. And I know that this will happen. I know if he can connect to his body and understand, like we did in the 60s and 70s, could connect to all the muscles, the whole body grows. Everything grows. That's why I won the universe 4 times. It was a complete body, everything. The calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, the shoulders, the back. So teach them to pose, even though they're young, even though they're never going to bodybuild. It's not about that. It's about controlling their body. And so in the meantime, a martial arts, gymnastics, is going to help them develop some incredible strength and connection to their bodies. I think gymnastics helped me so much, and I sucked at gymnastics. I was too busy looking at my biceps as I was doing the exercises. Yeah, you're supposed to keep your head straight. So, but that being said, I wouldn't really rush them into weightlifting itself until these little details are taken care of. Because I see a lot of parents that are training their kids, and I watch this and I'm like, yeah, it's just, you're setting them up. It's a continuous cycle. They're training just like the fathers trained. Explosive, fast, crazy technique, a lot of back on the deadlifts. And so I watch this and I go, I'm going to slow it down. And I'm going to recommend for any parent that trains their kid to slow it down. You take your time. And a metaphor I can give you is that my son started jiu-jitsu at 2.5 years old. He's closing in on 7. So he's been doing jiu-jitsu for over 4 years. And I made sure he stayed a white belt. And the reason why, the metaphor to that is he's still a kid. He's still a kid, so he doesn't really need the weights. He doesn't need anything else. He just needs to know how to control his body and flex the muscles. And I know you're parents, and I know you don't want your kids hurt. And you find that, but I want them to be great athletes, and I want them to enjoy it. Slow it down a little bit if you can. Don't know if that helps you. Sure helped me, though. And it really slowed me down. I'm going, I'm not going to rush him into the weights. I'm going to make sure that he does the flexing first. I know that was long-winded, but that's an important one to me.
There it is. All right.
Good?
Feel it there?
Yeah. Thanks, man. Great question there, my friend.